The movie unfolds in Latin America, where kidnapping is widespread, occurring every hour, with a grim 70% ending tragically. Former CIA officer John W. Creasy visits his old friend Paul Rayburn in Mexico. Paul, a former CIA colleague, is uncertain if God will forgive them for their past actions while working for the CIA. Paul advises John to control his drinking, and curious about John's current pursuits, learns that John has been doing nothing. Paul suggests that the city needs a capable bodyguard, seeing John as an excellent fit. He mentions Samuel Ramos, an automaker in Mexico City, whose daughter Lupita requires a bodyguard for her kidnapping insurance policy to be effective. In the next scene, Samuel consults with his lawyer, Jordan, who warns him that his license will expire soon if he fails to secure a bodyguard for his daughter. Against his initial reluctance, Paul persuades John to take on the job. While in the car with Samuel, John reveals his CIA background, leading Samuel to express admiration and question why John is working as a bodyguard instead of pursuing a more lucrative position. John attributes his current choice to his struggle with alcohol, affecting his reflexes and rendering him unfit for government work. Samuel, unconcerned with John's drinking, emphasizes the importance of protecting his daughter. As they arrive at Samuel's house, John meets Lisa, Samuel's wife, who appreciates John being American. Peta, their daughter, greets John and shows him around her room. Peta, having experienced multiple bodyguards leaving her, expresses her hope that John won't abandon her. Over time, Peta grows fond of John, even naming her teddy bear after him. In a later scene, John is in Peta's room examining a map when the parrot makes noise. John releases the parrot from its cage, allowing it to fly away. During the subsequent day, on the way to school, Peta asks John various questions, including his perspective as a black bodyguard in Mexico. As Peta discusses the increasing kidnapping cases in Mexico, they reach her school, and she invites John inside. Peta introduces John to her teacher, who observes John's disturbed and sad demeanor, linking it to his troubled past. The teacher advises John to read the Bible and even recite some verses, discovering that John is already familiar with the scripture. While Peta is at school, John waits outside and picks her up afterward. On their way home, Peta continues to inquire about John's past, asking about his school days. John shares that he did not enjoy school because it lacked the coolness and facilities that Peta's school offers. Peta continues to pester John with her childish questions, and he appears to grow weary of it. In response, he firmly reminds her that he is there to be her bodyguard, not her friend, and suggests she stop asking so many questions. Upset, Peta exits the car and sits in the back seat when it comes to a stop. John, realizing he has hurt her feelings, brings her home. When Lisa attempts to engage in conversation, John tries to convey that he is not talkative and is solely focused on doing his job. He makes it clear that he won't be very friendly. That night, plagued by alcoholism, burnout, and guilt over his past actions with the CIA, John struggles with insomnia. Overwhelmed, he attempts to end his life, but a misfire of the gun prevents tragedy. Distressed, John calls Paul and confides in him about the incident. Paul urges him to pull himself together, standing outside in the rain in the middle of the night. Witnessing the scene from her window, Peta begins to comprehend John's pain. The next morning, John takes Peta and her mother to school. While John notices a car following them, he asks Peta for a pencil, but she cleverly takes matters into her own hands and records the car number. At Peta's swimming competition, where John is also present, she comes in third. On their way back, Peta expresses her belief that she will never win. John reassures her and coaches her to become a more confident swimmer, forming a bond with her. As the days pass, John cares for Peta as if she were his own daughter. She wins the competition, and both are elated. Peta starts piano classes, and John accompanies her, but upon leaving, he recognizes the car that previously followed them. 2 federal police officers block the street, signaling that something is amiss. Realizing Peta is about to be abducted, John instructs her to run, and a firefight ensues, resulting in John killing 4 attackers, including the officers, but sustaining critical injuries while Peta is taken. Following his recovery, John is declared a suspect, but reporter Mariana Guerrero questions the story, highlighting the corrupt history of the officers involved. AFI agent Miguel Manzano relocates John to a veterinary clinic for protection from the corrupt police. The Voice, leader of the kidnapping ring, demands a $10 million ransom, which Samuel complies with, assisted by Police Lieutenant Victor Fuentes. However, the kidnappers are ambushed during the drop, leading to the death of the Voice's nephew. Blaming the Ramosis, the Voice warns that Peta will be lost to them forever as retribution. Mariana informs John that the kidnappers belong to a powerful brotherhood called La Hermandad, consisting of corrupt officials, police, and criminals. Despite the grim reality, John promises Peta's mother, Lisa, that he will eliminate everyone responsible for Peta's death. John enters Peta's room and reads her diary, discovering that she genuinely loves him. He notices a car number written in the diary and contacts the reporter Mariana to obtain details about the vehicle. With assistance from Paul, John acquires a small arsenal of weapons and equipment. He harshly interrogates the gate driver, resorting to cutting off his finger to extract the necessary information, ultimately leading to the driver's death. Guided by the driver's information, he heads to a club where he confronts 3 kidnappers, eliminating Jersey Boy and another criminal. John recovers an incriminating ATM card and rescues another kidnapped girl, turning them over to Mariana. John contacts Mariana, who discloses that Fuentes is part of the Brotherhood. Manzano interviews Paul, describing John as an artist of death and emphasizing John's determination for revenge, sparing no one involved in the kidnapping. Mariana convinces Manzano to support John in waging war against the kidnappers. John waylays Fuentes' motorcade with a rocket-propelled grenade, abducting the officer and setting up a bomb. Fuentes confesses to sabotaging the ransom drop, revealing that Jordan Calfus, Samuel's lawyer, stole most of the ransom money. After killing Fuentes, John searches Calfus's home, finding his decapitated body and a fax with bank account information leading to Samuel. John confronts Samuel and calls his wife, discovering their involvement in Peta's kidnapping to claim insurance for his father's debts. In a tense moment, John leaves Samuel with a gun and the bullet he attempted suicide with. A remorseful Samuel ends his own life. Mariana and Manzano trace the ATM card to the Voice's wife, leading to the publication of a photo despite Brotherhood threats. The address is shared with John. Despite being shot in the chest, John takes the Voice's wife and brother Aurelio prisoner. He learns the ringleader's real name, Daniel Sanchez, and threatens his family. Daniel reveals that Peta is alive, proposing a trade for his brother and for John, which he accepts. Instructing Lisa to join him at the exchange, John reunites with Peta, expressing his love before sending her to her mother. He and Aurelio are taken by Daniel's men, and John succumbs to his wounds, dying happily with a sense of satisfaction. Manzano tracks down Daniel and shoots him dead during the arrest. The end. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. You can also click on the videos on your screen to watch more interesting videos. And please share your thoughts about today's video in the comments down below. Lastly, always remember to stay safe and stay healthy. See you in the next video.